Hi everyone!
We are the UNTIKA.
And welcome back to the podcast Grammar through Banggai culture. And I'm Nurani. Now listening for our last episode or final episode of season 1. And can you believe we already reached the end, Chinda? Oh
my god.
And today episode is a little different. We're talking a moment to look back at everything we have learned together, both in grammar and Banggai culture. So think of it as a big grammar celebration, but with meaning behind every word.
Yes, I am Lisa Lagachinda. And then I'm here again in the last episode. So, we're covered a lot in this 9 episodes. Tenses, passive,
Modal verb.
yes, and of course the different types of conditionals. And we have explored so many beautiful pieces of Banggai culture, from traditional customs to the wisdom of our elders. So today, let's reflect rules and relearn not just the grammar, but also how we can use language to connect more deeply with who we are.
Yes, part 1 we talk about tenses. So there's past, present, and future tense. So let's kick things out with tenses. So while English has 12 tenses, we focus on the big 3: past, present, and future. For the past simple, it's talking about things that already happened in the past. That's already happened, like community held a traditional ceremony last week.
And then the second, present simple continuous, describing what's true or happening now, like people still use traditional tools to face.
And for the future, and it's always used like will or going to. So it is making plans or predictions, like we will celebrate Banggai Day next month.
So this helps us to describe how Banggai life is changing and how some traditional traditions are still alive until today.
Yeah.
And then
next part is we talk about passive voice.
Passive voice, this is when we care more about what happens rather than who does it. Yes. The structure is be plus past participle. And then the sentence, the traditional food is cooked with coconut milk. The second, a ceremony was held in the village square.
Yeah, we use passive voice to talk about traditions that are passed down, like stories are passed down from elders. So it makes our language more focused on the cultural accent, not just the people involved. The next part, we move to the modal verb, active and passive. So let's revisit this modal verb. These little words like should, must, can, that express what's possible or what we should do, like we should learn from our ancestors, or the traditions must be preserved, or people can share the story through podcasts.
And in passive voice, the songs can be recorded, and then traditional games should be taught in school. And this helps us talk about what we can do now to protect Banggai culture. And then part 4, conditional sentences.
Yeah, we're talking about conditional sentence.
Finally, conditional sentences, they let us imagine different situations like real, unreal, or things we regret.
Yeah, let's break it down. This conditional sentence, there can type 0, type 1, type 2, and type 3. So for the type 0, the form is if plus present, and present. So it's talk about general truth, like for example, if the sea is calm, fishermen go out. And for the type 1, the form is if plus present will. It is for a real future. Like for example, if we record the ceremony, we'll have it. We'll save it.
And the type 2, the form is unreal present, and then the example, if I lived in the village, I'd learn the dances. And then type 3 is if plus had plus past participle, and then the form is unreal past. The example is if I had joined the group, I'd have performed in the festival.
Yeah, with this, we were able to say things like, if I have learned the language, I could speak with my grandparents. And it's a powerful way to talk about dreams and sometimes regret also. So, it's mini quiz times. And let's have a little fun. So, see if you can answer this word that we will give to you. So, the first sentence is, what tense in this? Listen carefully. So, people will perform the dance tomorrow. So, what's the sense? What the tense of these sentences?
I think future simple.
Yeah, what is future? Because there is tomorrow there. Because future is what will happen in the future. So this sentence is future tense. Future simple.
So this time is type 1. Make a type 1 conditional about mula butumpe. Like if it rains, they'll delay the ceremony.
Yeah, because yeah, that's true.
And then change this to passive voice, like villagers collect shells at the beach, and then the correct is shells are collected at the beach.
Yeah, nice work if you got just right. So before we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect. So this grammar is more than rules. So it's a tool to help us express our culture, our truth, and even our emotion.
One of our students said, when I learned grammar using Banggai topics, it felt real. I didn't just memorize, I spoke from the heart. That's exactly what this podcast is about.
Yeah, so that's it for season 1. What a journey it's been,
Yes.
Chidaya. We learn grammar in way that connect to our life, our story, and our culture. So
Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you keep practicing, keep
Yeah.
reflecting, and maybe even start your own podcast about your hometown or culture.
yeah, don't forget to always practicing because practice is the key. So you can find all of our episodes on Spotify, YouTube, and TikTok at the FKIP UNTIKA Podcast Grammar Banggai.
Don't forget to share with your friend or classmates.
Yeah.
You never know who you might inspire.
Yeah.
That's all for us.
Thank you
guys. See you.
See you with the LC Untika.
Join the culture, explore the world.
Thank you.